What's up, YouTube? Zach here. I was really feeling like giving you guys another deck profile, so decided it would be cool to try out Black Garden Chain Beat type stuff, and it's pretty good. It's more of like a grind deck, not really explosive like the format requires. But, I mean, having Thunderbird kind of makes this deck viable. I know we've had Thunderbird for a while, but I think now would be a good time, just because I know in the OCG they started playing this deck when the format got super fast, because dragons do struggle with back row, and you run 17 traps, all of which but one are intimidating, so this deck's pretty good, I guess, and then it has a good Prophecy matchup because I main deck T-King, stuff like that. So, without further ado, I guess, let's get into this deck profile. We start off with the basics. 3 Wind-Up Rabbit, the ultimate floater, as he is known. And since this is a deck composed mostly of floaters, Wind-Up Rabbit is perfect for this deck, so you run 3. Also a Beast Warrior, you run tankies, and that helps. Next up we've got Evil Swarm Thunderbird, 3 of those. I know some people tried running 2 or whatever, but Thunderbird is like the baby version of Wind-Up Rabbit, but with a bigger dick. I guess is the best way to describe him. So, I mean, all you have to do is have one of these and one of these on the field, and you're pretty much set, because you go this effect, chain this effect. You essentially have infinite floating ability. The only difference is that he comes back on the next standby phase, and this only comes back on your standby phase. But, regardless, still a good card. Also opens up the potential for smokescreen siding into complete Evil Swarms, I guess, which would be cool if somebody wants to try that. I actually don't really have a side deck built, but maybe I will look into smokescreen Evil Swarms, which would be cool, I guess. Next up we've got, just for throwing people off, I don't actually know if it would be good, but we've got double T-King. I still love T-King right now. If I had room for it in my main deck of Evil Swarms, I would actually try to put it there, just because it shuts down Prophecy so well. No searching for you, Prophecy player. That's what Thunder King says. And then, you know, you can negate Inherent Summons. So, if you have this plus back row, the only way Elemental Dragons, like, get around it is by summoning their big dragons and attacking. And if you have responses, then their only option is discarding Blaster, where they neg 2, or, making a Drago Sack so you can negate it, or whatever. They also can't search when their dragons are banished when he's on the field, which I really like. I actually like Thunder King against that matchup. And the fact that if you go summon Thunder King, activate Black Garden, they need a monster with 3,800 attack to get around him. Pretty good. So yeah, 2 T-Kings. I've got 2 Gorillas right here, but this should be 2 Bears. I don't really trust the price of Bear right now, so I'm running Gorillas. Next we've got a Grand Mole for Ophion bounces. We've got Card D and Maxis, and these are your draw power. Maxi is really good right now, so decided to throw these into the mix, and Card D because you only run 14 monsters. So that's it for the monsters. For the spells, you've got your field spells, which is 2 Black Garden, and I'm trying out the Seal of Orichalcos, because it seems kind of good to be able to just, like, keep your Wind-Up Rabbit on the field infinitely, or protect your Grand Mole if you have, like, a T-King on the field or something, and you're, like, waiting to bounce. I don't know. Plus, 500 extra attack. Your monsters are bigger now. Against Evil Swarms, that's really helpful, because this thing is like a 1900 beater, so if you summon it, it can get around get around Thunderbird. This thing with 500 more attack is 2150 or 2450, I think. That's pretty good. So your monsters just become bigger, and it just seemed helpful. I might go back to 3 Black Garden, but for now, this is what I'm trying. Just testing out the deck. And then we've got 3 tanky, search them with your bears, and then, you know, get wind-up rabbits out of your deck, which is pretty good. You have a low monster count, so that's like running three more monsters. Then I chose to run Dark Hole in this deck. I feel like this is the only deck that really supports Dark Hole, and I run these other guys. Reborn, obviously good. Lance, just to get over like monsters that are bigger than mine. So that 800 extra attack, it's mostly for that. And then also for protecting though, like protecting your bear, protecting your T-King, etc. And then the duality, just because sometimes you draw some really shitty hands and duality helps balance them. Because really, in theory, what you want is like a monster, 4 traps, and maybe a spell card in your hand. That would be ideal, but that doesn't always happen. Duality helps balance things out. And then Dark Hole, I didn't really finish explaining this, but I feel like I just needed this deck, or needed it in this deck, to get rid of, you know, prom cards. It's kind of like spot removal, except bigger, because your monsters can run away from it, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, I chose to run Dark Hole, whatever. Next up we got traps. We've got the Solemn guys, because you run those in like everything now. We got 2 Torrential Tributes, because this is essentially like a Raigeki when they summon a monster, because you can just run away from it. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole, still like this card. Bottomless Drago Saga is pretty good. 2 Deep Prisons, I don't know. Still alright, I don't have a problem with it. This is probably my favorite card, which is, 3 Compulsory. Compulsory is like amazing right now. You essentially just send back any Exceed, and since every deck has to Exceed, you send back everything. Next up we've got Double Mirror Force. I have a room for the traps, so I figured why not run Mirror Force. Although I might take this out for Imperial Iron Walls, because I mean the Mermail matchup is not difficult. You can just out-grind them and you have max C's and shit, and then you side into macro and whatever. We got Breakthrough Skills. I still like this card. I'm pretty much using it as Effect Veilers, because that's what it's good for. But I do like it, like, removing for the Ophion, whatever. And next we have 2 Compulsory Escape Device. This card is, like, the nuts. But it's really only good when you have, you know, these 6 guys on the field. Like, when you have any one of these guys on the field, this card is like the best thing in the world. It's like Compulsory Evacuation Device on crack, but I only run 2 for the sake that if you don't have one of these guys, or these guys, then this card isn't that good. So, 2 of those. And finally, Starlight Road. That's it. Gotta protect these, you know, 17 or 18 traps you run. That's what Starlight's good for. As far as an extra deck goes, I don't really have one made, just because I feel like you don't really need one. You're only going to go, like, make this, maybe. You'll probably make Zenbanes. Maybe you'll need this, I doubt it. And you might steal someone's stuff with Leviair. So you might run that, I don't know, you might run Acid Golem. I'm just, like, picking out cards from my pile. You might run Tempo. Like, I've got a stack of Exceeds that I'm just kind of going through and thinking of cards you might run. I'm not really sure, though. Like, I can't think of a lot you would need, because you mostly just beat them down. Let me see what else I've got that you could possibly run. I mean, maybe you do an Ophion, just for, like, you could go double Thunderbird and make Ophion. That's kind of cool. But I really doubt that. If you were smokescreen siding, then obviously you could run it. Maybe you'd run Papillo, I don't know. Dire Wolf would actually be pretty good in this. Even if you overlay like a T-King, if you've got a wind-up rabbit on the field with this, that's like the shit. I don't know, maybe run Pearl, run some rank 4s, I don't know, maybe this guy, I really, honestly, maybe that too, I don't know. I don't even know if that's 15, I'm just kind of like making up cards that you could possibly run. And these all seem relatively reasonable. Probably not so much the Ophion, you're probably not going to make that. But it would be kind of cool. We'll see if I can come up with a smokescreen side for that, because I think that is actually a good idea. But, in the meantime, I want you guys to rate, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you all in the next video.